Today we are going to present an article published on the Oped column Syndication and written by Nicholas Lovric, who is a researcher and consultant specializing in Russian and Eastern European affairs.
In a striking display of geopolitical ambition, China's Coast Guard, CCG, has embarked on its inaugural patrol in the Arctic Ocean in collaboration with Russia. This operation, made public only after the U.S. Coast Guard, USCG, identified 4 Russian and Chinese vessels navigating 5 miles into Russia's exclusive economic zone, underscores a pivotal moment in Arctic affairs and highlights a troubling trend for U.S. interests in the region. The purpose of the CCG's patrol, as articulated by Chinese officials, is twofold: to enhance their ocean-going navigation capabilities and to demonstrate unwavering loyalty to the Communist Party. While the patrol was framed as a routine exercise in unfamiliar waters, it carries deeper implications, particularly as tensions rise over resource competition and territorial claims in the Arctic. Rear Admiral Megan Dean of the USCG has sounded the alarm, indicating that this joint operation is emblematic of an increased interest in the Arctic from strategic competitors like China and Russia. Indeed, recent joint military maneuvers, including the coordinated flights of Russian and Chinese bombers near Alaska, signal a robust partnership that raises red flags in Washington. The U.S. Department of Defense has further emphasized that the growing collaboration could reshape the Arctic stability and security landscape, potentially giving rise to new threats. Historically, Russia has been reluctant to cede influence to Beijing, but the current geopolitical climate, particularly following the war in Ukraine, has shifted that calculus. Analysts suggest that Russia's increasing accommodation of Chinese interests marks a significant turning point, illustrating Moscow's dependency on China in a time of international isolation. China's aspirations in the Arctic are ambitious. Declaring itself a near-Arctic state, Beijing is investing heavily in icebreakers and research capabilities. Its ultimate aim is to establish a polar Silk Road to facilitate maritime shipping routes, with the Northern Sea Route at the forefront, an area becoming more navigable due to climate change. The economic stakes are substantial, as about 95% of cargo currently transiting this route flows from Russia to China, making it a vital artery for both nations. However, the operational effectiveness of Chinese vessels in the Arctic remains in question, particularly given the challenges posed by ice-covered waters. Experts have expressed skepticism about the CCG's ability to conduct sustained operations in this harsh environment without significant advancements in icebreaking technology. The recent CCG patrol is not merely a symbolic gesture, it represents a calculated step towards safeguarding China's burgeoning economic interests in Arctic maritime transportation. Yet, this increasing presence raises concerns about the environmental implications of heightened maritime activity and the broader strategic consequences for U.S. national security. As the Arctic undergoes a transformation driven by climate change and geopolitical ambition, it is imperative for the U.S. to re-evaluate its approach to this critical region. A proactive strategy, focusing on international cooperation, environmental stewardship, and a robust defense posture, is essential to counter the challenges posed by the Sino-Russian partnership. The Arctic is not merely a remote expanse of ice, it is a frontier of opportunity and competition, demanding our attention now more than ever. In this new era of Arctic dynamics, the U.S. must act decisively to ensure that the region remains a zone of peace and collaboration, rather than one dominated by adversarial powers. As the ice melts and new routes emerge, the question remains, will we rise to the challenge, or will we watch from the sidelines as our strategic rivals consolidate their influence in the north?